With Persona 5 coming out, I've been wanting to discuss about the possibility of Persona 5 Arena and whether it should happen or not. What's up? This is again the one and only Cousin Blaze, bringing you another topic discussion video. This time centering on Persona 5 Arena, because let's be real, Persona 5 is going to get milked to death. If you honestly thought Persona 5 was a one-time thing, then boy, you're in for a roundabout. Let me stop. I need to take a break from JoJo, I'm sorry. But to make things clear, the director of both Arena titles expressed interest of making another Persona Arena game, being of course Persona 5 Arena. And there's generally been a lot of rumors and maybe some clues and speculation that the game might already be in development as we speak. Persona 4 Arena sold the most as a spin-off title out of all the spin-offs, although Persona 4 Dancing All Night sold quite a bit more than Persona 4 Arena Ultimates. But the main issue or question here is this: should Persona 5 happen? My answer? Yes, of course. I love anime fighting games, so of course I would want another Persona fighting game. Especially that I'm already a huge and big Persona and Shin Megami Tensei fan. Although I want one and it's looking pretty obvious that it will happen, I cannot help but feel a little bit indifferent about it though. Indifferent because I'm not exactly sure how they will tie up Persona 5, 4, and 3 stories together into one. Or will they even choose to bring back Persona 4 and or 3 characters back? Will Sho Minazuki come back? I personally hope not. No offense to the Sho Minazuki fans, if there are any, but I absolutely dislike this character from both a story and gameplay standpoint. Fucking 5A, sorry. But the main concern that I have is the story. I think it's a safe assumption that Persona 5's universe is the same universe as Persona 3 and Persona 4's. But with so many characters in one story, especially for a fighter, it has a tendency of creating a mess. Ultimate's story was a mess. Vanilla Arena's story was quite good though, as it revolved around a newer character made just for the game called Labris, and she fits right into the Persona universe. It gave the Persona 3 characters incentive to return because Labris was an anti-shadow suppression weapon just like Agus. I know people will mostly care for the gameplay for a fighter, and I'll get into that in a sec. But the only reason I'm bringing up this is because this is a spin-off of a Japanese role-playing game. So naturally, there's going to be an audience of people who don't play fighters and will most likely be playing the game just for the story. And Ultimates is notorious for the story's questionable writing and extremely questionable gameplay balance design. I think it's time now to go on the gameplay perspective. Now, using the experience I've had playing Ultimates and Vanilla Arena, and generally every other anime fighting game, I know for a fact that it's impossible to balance a fighting game, and balanced fighters isn't always exactly good. Too much of a balanced roster creates heavy stagnation with not much room to grow with certain characters. BlazBlue, Chrono Phantasm Extend for example. The point I'm trying to make is this: I want Persona 5 Arena to be relatively balanced. Ultimate's character balance was horrendous. Junpei Iori is the man and my favorite character of the Persona series, but by design, he is not a character gameplay wise. He has to get 10 home runs just for him to become a standard character, whereas characters like Yu, Ken, Margaret, Minazuki, and Akihiko already can get good damage without that much meter burn. Characters like Junpei, Elizabeth, and Labris, to some extent, have to abuse all of their limited resources to even be a threat. So I have two ideas for Persona 5 Arena's gameplay. The first idea is this: you can revamp the system entirely by adding certain universal mechanics that can benefit every character in the roster. Guilty Gear Sword has roaming cancels that give characters a lot of options. You can slow down the game for a split second and use the projectiles for Okizeme game. It can also be used as an option select because of its invulnerability frames as well. BlazBlue has Overdrive, and Central Fission recently introduced Active Flow, which is a slight buff in the damage department, which rewards players for being aggressive as opposed to the negative penalty you get from just being zoning. Persona 4 Arena and Ultimates only has standard cancels that can really only be used for extending combos or just baiting out bursts. Persona 5 Arena should get a new universal mechanic that can not only enhance every single character in the roster, but also makes the metagame less stagnant. My other idea is to make the roster only have Persona 5 characters. It's a admittedly boring approach, but with more characters in any fighting game, it creates more stress for the devs to establish a decent balance for the game, with the clear example being Ultimates obviously. Honestly, I want the Persona 4 and Persona 3 characters to return though. I'm curious to see if Junpei will become a better character, and it would be very exciting for me if he does, because he's the man. So overall, I would welcome a new Persona fighter despite my hatred towards Ultimates. I love Persona and I love fighting games, so I definitely would love to see the Arena spin-off series being continued. You know, it's kind of funny how Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, which makes Arena technically a spin-off of a spin-off. The fuck? I think it's obvious that Atlus is going to make Persona 5 Arena though. I actually expect it to be announced either later on this year or next year. So let me know what you guys think. Should we get Persona 5 Arena or not? Anyways, man, 2 more weeks for Persona 5. God damn it, I cannot wait anymore. I need my Haru, god damn it. Peace out, man. Peace out.